And we're live, I think, probably. How's everyone doing this fine to Monday night? Jesus Christ. Vote Laboratory. Walter, how's it going? Vote Civil Right Democracy. Vote Democracy Leader. Got here from a new nice, okay. Well, glad to know those are going out occasionally. Luvion, how's it going, man? How you doing? Nagato, how's it going? And the Discord notification came a few seconds later. Vote Democracy. Democracy Laboratory Science. Science. DSV, how's it going, man? Laboratory Science. Science Experiment. Is that how you spell that? How do you spell experiment? Is it two E's? Experiment? I misspelled it. Is my just my I have no idea. You'll have to let me know, Walter. Have been grinding for the past few days. Okay, I assume new character coming out or just cuz? Okay, experiment findings. Findings report. Findings hypothesis. Hypothesis betterment. Unhinged, how's it going, man? Upgrade. Change. Proof. I got her +5 to... Oh god, Nagato. Jesus Christ. Unhinged, how's it going, man? How you doing? Long time no see. Method. Manner. Party. Election. Okay, okay. Vote election party. Party proof. Party proof. Party fun. Fun. Photo. Video. I was saying, like, you have fun, you take photos. Did you check on the account? I did, Milos. It was very good. It was very well done. I think I have some notes, though, for improvements. We will work on that later. Greed, though, as sequence 0, I think is really clever. Memories. Okay, let's try to think. Fun proof, okay? Memory. Fun proof. Fun proof. You have fun, but how do you prove that you had the fun? Friends. Friends proof. Friendship bracelet. Friendship. I connected so much! I connected so much! Hold on, hold on, hold on. How do you connect manner to proof? Or method? Methodology. Methodology. Let's go! Let's go! We hit those around here. Cemento. I'm never gonna get this because this is a dog shit game, but whatever. Bro, that's literally my pathway he stole. I'm not getting in the middle of that debate, bro. I got no clue. I wasn't there. I got no idea of it. By the way, is the music too loud? Is it okay? Let me know. Okay. Word. Proof. Book. Where's chat not? Wait, chat's not showing. What the fuck? What? It's up. Yeah, it's Nagato's Battle of the Thief. Username, how's it going, man? Book. Book is closer. Record. Receipt. Record. Scroll. Yeah, I'm not sure if everyone has been... I mean, you said you would create the pathway on your own, so if the final result is totally different than I did, so... Yeah, I got a haircut. Everyone was like, you're starting work, then you should, you know, look presentable on your birthday, or you know, whatever, I don't fucking know. Camera. Phone. Tree. Bitch. Fuck. Shit. God, it's not getting any closer. I liked it before, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, well, good, man. An alternate timeline, bro embraces boldness. Yeah. Oh, Romero, how's it going, man? How you doing? Tournament. This is wear a top hat to your job? Yeah, I'm gonna look like a fucking charlatan. Yeah, love that. Hello, sir. Please give me your money to invest. I'm totally a trustworthy advisor who can assist you in getting the greatest returns. Tenab, how's it going, man? How you doing? Fuck, I don't know. No, I'm not playing this anymore. What was? Give me another. What's a daily game? Another daily game we play. Oh my god! Where taken? When taken? Was taken? When taken? When taken? We're playing that. Fuck it. I'm not playing. I'm not playing that. That's a dog shit game. I already played Lexicon user. I already played Lexicon. Already got it. Little morning stream. There won't be a morning stream now, so it's gonna be a night stream from now on, basically. On the weekends, obviously, we'll do 2 streams a day, and then back to that. But daytime, I mean, if it's okay with you guys, just to make it already done connections as well. Failed it. Only got 2 out of 4 today, but 1963 Greece. This is neither Greece nor 1963. In my mind, this speaks very... like Indian or something. Is that crazy? Maybe just because of this guy's face. I don't know. Yeah, that's a huge nerf. I know, buddy. But unfortunately, I have these. I have this thing called. Wait. So yeah. During the weekdays, it'll be night stream only. I'm thinking like India. Yeah, no more extremes. It's gonna be rough. We're gonna go India. We're gonna go 19. Let's do 2000. 2000? No. 95. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm too good. I'm way too good. Someone lock me away. I'm cheating. I mean, I only got like 150 points for it, but that was amazing. For how little info I had, that was really good. Restaurant come together. Is that meant to say restaurant? Or is that restaurant? Can you start scheduling stream? Yeah, Romero. So tomorrow, for reference, like we're gonna try to do like night streams a little bit sooner so that I can get to bed at a decent time, because I can't just wake up at any hour of the fucking morning anymore. God damn it. Hong Kong 03. This is not Hong Kong. Nope. Does anyone know where this flag would be? I got no fucking clues. After this nerd, Easy will have point two. After this nerf, Easy will have no chance to catch up. No. Malaysia? Malaysia, thank you. Now, where the fuck is Malaysia? Should be somewhere around here, right? Is that... Oh, okay. There it is. Kuala Lumpur, because that's the only fucking... Because that is the only city I know of. 2005. Oh, thank you, DSV. Thank you, Tinub. Thank you, username. Holy shit, that was really good. Oh my god. What the fuck? Bro. Okay, this is some old shit, bro. This is some old shit. You think... I'm thinking like Greece. Is that crazy? I'm thinking like Greece. Athens. I'm thinking with Athens. 1880. Trier, Germany in 1890. Why does this look so destitute? I would think like fucking Greece. But maybe that's just because recentism, because like Greece is fucking struggling with their economy. Trier, yeah. Isn't that one of the capitals or something? Does anyone know what language this is? Wait, is Nagito, are you here? Nagito, please help me. I don't know. You might know. I don't know. I sure as fuck don't know what language this is. In-test capital? Nice, okay. Arabic? I don't know, dude. I got no fucking clue. Western Union! Let's go! Arabic? Okay, thank you. Okay, I see the H and the S. If I ignore the S and think HOR, I think Lahore, which is in Pakistan. Pakistan. Iran 2006. I don't know where... Okay, I'm just gonna zoom in there for a second. Let me know if you can get anything. You didn't see... Bro, I don't know. Egypt? You think so? Okay, we go Egypt. We trust the man from Egypt to tell us of Egypt. We go... Alexandria seems too far. We go Cairo, because it is the only language... No, wait. He says wait. We wait. Hold. Okay. I will say Jordan. Okay, Jordan is also around here. Wait, how do you know Jordan? How do you know it's Jordan? No again or no Jordan? What? Try Canada. Ah, that's a great guess. We're gonna go like 2010 Jordan. Nagito, my goat, coming in clutch, baby. Let's go. See, studying that Arabic is coming so handy. Let's go. I mean, I assume that's like one of them, probably the primary language in Egypt. I have no idea. The US? You think that French word makes you think US DSV? What the fuck? It's the primary language? Oh, okay. But wait, that does say what I assume to be photographer. Try Louisiana. Lucien Bull. That's a French word for sure. Fuck that. Lucien Bois. I don't... let's see if I can... Lucien Bouix. Does not look like a French building. What the actual fuck does a French building mean? That's like, that's right up there with just telling me like, that's like right up there with telling me like, oh, the trees look Polish. But all the word may be France. Okay, we go. Now, I don't want to go Paris because I've gone a lot of capitals today. So we're going to go... I don't want to go anywhere down here. This is crazy. Man, fucking there's nothing else in France except for Paris. What the fuck? Have you no... I mean, I guess I could go Bordeaux, but it's not a wine. We go Versailles. Fuck it. We go 1892. Dr. Z, hey, how's it going? Was it Oh, it's Brussels. Whew. It's Belgium. God damn it. Dr. Z, hey, how's it going? Brussels, Belgium. Not Bordeaux. I lived there. It's not here. You live in the place where they make all the wine, DSV? Listen, all I know of wine is that all I know of wine is get me the 1987 Chateau de... Okay, whatever. All right, let's get started. Okay, it's 9:30 on the dot. Dr. Z's here, primary guest. He grows the grapes for. Okay, let's go. All right, we're gonna try to go for like 2 hours or so. He didn't get docs. He fucking he volunteered the information. That hardly counts. We're gonna try to go for 2 hours because I have to try to get to bed at a decent time because I kind of have fucking work tomorrow. God damn it. But what we'll do is we will try to stream at a little bit earlier for the night stream, which might not work great for everybody. It actually might not work great for anybody. I don't know. Okay, quick question, and just those in chat, if let me know, okay? Or if you're watching the VODs tomorrow, I'll just toss it in the comments if you're here, please. Okay, if we were to, well, I guess if you're watching the VOD, it kind of doesn't fucking matter at that point. Never mind. For those watching live, if we were to start this stream about 2 hours ago, would that be okay? Or would that be like, no, like I'm sleeping or I'm at work or I'm at school? Like that's not a time that works. Just let me know. I talked to your boss. He said you can have one more day off. Don't even get me unhinged. I haven't started work and I could already start ranting. You don't even fucking understand. Maybe 3 a.m. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Dr. Z. Acceptable for me? Okay. That would be 12:30. Wouldn't that be better for you, username? Not worse? 5 a.m. I can wake up then. Oh God. Okay. Just because that would be about the time, like if I left work, I went straight to the gym. I came home, took a shower, ate, and then I could start streaming right away. That would be the time I'd be done. And that'd be the time I could start. And then I'd be done by like 10 o'clock my time. And then it still leaves me like 2 hours or so for me to edit videos, write scripts, whatever, before I go to bed. Problem is, I guess I could flip the order as well. Okay, so now that I know for most people that's acceptable, obviously there's one or two that doesn't work. I apologize. But... okay, would it be more preferable for me to start when I started now or for me to start 2 hours earlier? Okay, last question and I'm going to start reading, okay? Almost instinctively, Leonard looked around the table and realized that none of the Tarot Club members had any hint of surprise. They knew of it long ago? That's right, this is only my second gathering. I haven't had the chance to learn about many things. The secrets that get exchanged here are plentiful. How about middle ground an hour earlier? Either is fine. Either is fine. Okay, we could do a middle ground, Dr. Z. I don't mind. If I could start at 8:30, that would mean I'm done by 11, let's say. 8:30 to 11. Again, this would just be on the... how about you spin a wheel every time so your stream is completely random? Yeah. Because... and again, this is just during the weekdays. On Saturdays and Sundays, I will... well, for me, Saturdays and Sundays, obviously... my Saturday would be Sunday for some... you guys get how time zone works. I would be able to stream like my regular time, so twice a day, 11 a.m., 11 p.m. Keep that stable in that sense. Okay. Yes. Now let's go. Okay. Then, after a slight pause, Audrey glanced at Gio, who sat 2 seats away from her. He attempted to cue me to interact with different nobles and understand their true attitudes over matters. I would then inform him. Thankfully, Mr. Fool provided me with the blessings of an angel, so I wasn't influenced. What do I do now? You can even get blessings from an angel? Leonard was surprised, but to once again see no reaction from anyone else. Obviously, he wasn't surprised that Mr. Fool had an angel under him. After all, the name and title corresponding to the Death Consul was one that he heard many times. Kit Kat, how's it going, man? How you doing? Thanks for being a member, by the way. Thank you so much. Obviously, he wasn't surprised that Mr. Fool had nope, already read this. He was just surprised that the Tarot members were able to pray for assistance at that level. He viewed this organization in a new light, finding it even more impressive. Meanwhile, Gio keenly caught onto a few key words: noble, psychology alchemists. Combining it with the golden hair, she began to realize that the Miss Justice's blurry figure seemed similar to a particular friend of hers, Miss Audrey. However, she couldn't be sure just because the blonde hair, black hair, blue eyes, and green eyes were common in lone nobles. People just had different combinations. Besides, no one knew how many members of the psychology alchemists had developed in the noble circles. Therefore, Gio couldn't directly point at Miss Audrey from the traits she knew. Alger then continued, "There's no need to pay too much attention to this. The various Orthodox churches will provide protection measures to their believers with their important status. They will prevent them from being assassinated or hypnotized. This comes from experience that has been built up over thousands of years. It won't be easy to overcome. From another angle, if the alchemists really can control the nobles by simply hypnotizing them, the ones ruling the country wouldn't be the royal family or the churches. Clearly, reality is in conflict with that." We'll see how long no worries, Kit Kat. All the same, I do appreciate it, man. You saw the powers of Parasite stealing distance. What do you think an even higher? Well, okay. So we know Amon can, like, steal fate. Let's assume fate stealing is a sequence of 1 power. What do you steal at 2? Is it crazy if I said, like, you could steal someone's life force? I don't know if there's like chi in this world, but like life force or like their time or something, you know? Like this man has, like, let's say you are destined to live until 80 and you're 20, which means you have 60 years left. I can just start siphoning your years off to add on to my lifespan and you get cooked. So like maybe that could be something. Sequence. What else could you steal? Yeah, I can steal your thoughts, I can steal your fate, I can steal your time, I can... What the fuck else do you even own? Like, like, I don't mean to get too fucking physical, too many fucking, too like, metaphysical, but, like, what the fuck else do you even own? Life force is mentioned that even a parasite can steal? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Like at that point, like metaphysically speaking, what do you even own? At that point, that's everything, right? Parasite treating life force. Oh, you're right, Dr. Z, yeah. Yes, just as you said, Havin Rambus only gave you a cue to observe the true attitudes of different nobles on different matters. This means that he's holding himself back, afraid of doing anything overboard. It's to prevent himself from leaving behind any clues. In addition, your true status among the nobles should just be in the periphery. You have no way to directly involve yourself in various political matters. Therefore, in contrast, the protection and monitoring over you wouldn't be too strict. That's why you were chosen. The Hanged Man is so detailed. Although he often taught Little Sun and others, he would secretly gain something during the process, wishing that he could use the information from the feedback. But there's nothing this time. It's just a suggestion. She quickly had a theory, suspecting that the Hanged Man was trying to transform his standing within the club. I thought of this so long. He was such a dick to Audrey when he first joined. He was like, "No, I give you nothing without receiving anything of equivalent value. It is the principle of equivalent exchange, I say." And now he's like, "Yes, of course, but have you thought about this?" Thoughts on how there's a whole organization just to run from Amon? Listen, bro, if I knew a motherfucker could steal my fate, I would have an organization. I'd be like, "Listen, homies, let's try to just run away from him, okay? Everyone's job is to keep an eye out for him. If you see him, you send a SOS, and everyone who's in the area just runs away. Run fucking maddeningly, okay? I would do the same." What's with the Winston Churchill impression? I don't have a cigar. I would do one, but I don't have a cigar. I feel yucky in my lungs if I smoke. Don't get me wrong, it's very fun and looks exceedingly cool, but it feels yucky in my lungs. That's because the rich nobles were responsible for killing Alder's wife and kids. Oh, nice. Nice. They probably deserved it. Fuck. I almost got through it. Even the Hanged Man didn't realize it. It was probably only recently that he finally came to a realization and thought of his previous standing in the group to be true. Indeed, to maintain one's standing in the Tarot Club, the raising of one's strength is one aspect, but to help the group is another. She pondered for a moment. Does this also mean that the Orthodox churches will have a certain level of surveillance, control, and guidance for important nobles? This was something she had thought about while in the Bursary Foundation. She had subconsciously drawn a scene that represented her concerns on this matter. "You can't ask for help from the organization, but by helping us, we will keep your memory alive." Yeah, exactly, yeah. Listen. Realistically, if you're like a sequence 4 or 5... No, think about this, Dr. Z. Imagine you're like a kid, okay? And you've been dreaming of mysticism and like learning of it for so long, and you finally get a sequence 9 potion formula, and then like you spend all your money on it, okay, and you save up for a couple more months and you get all the ingredients, and now you become a sequence 9 Beyonder, and then like you run into a sequence 7 or 6 Beyonder of the same pathway, and they go, "Hey, just so you know, there's a sequence 1 of our pathway who's just kind of a dick. He doesn't allow you to get information you should have. He doesn't allow you to, so if he finds you, he'll just kill you." And you're like, do other pathways have that too? And they're like, no, just us. We took a particularly shitty straw. They're like, what the fuck? Why did I choose this one? Why did no one tell me? Why is this pathway even here? Mr. Loki, I appreciate that concern. I feel okay. I've been really enjoying the story, and I think having you guys to sort of joke around with and talk with definitely helps a decent bit. Came from seeing how you're making videos on Donghua and stream too. No, I appreciate the concern. I really do, Mr. Loki. I feel good. If I ever feel like I need to take a bit of a break, I feel like good enough too, but. I mean, I feel good. I don't do this because I have to, right? I do it because it's really fun for me. So I really don't mind. But all the same, I really do appreciate the thought. And either way, thanks for popping by, man. If you had the chance, will you choose the Marauder pathway? Fuck no. I wouldn't have chosen the Marauder pathway before I knew Amon was doing this, let alone after. In psychology, elements she drew out in such a state often didn't point to something particular. It was more like an abstraction. The cold eyes mostly represented her fear of people monitoring her and controlling her and her family. Remember how one mentioned how Beyonders of this pathway were not that common? Oh, you're right. They probably are common, but Amon just keeps killing all of them. Just keeps compiling his characteristics on. But that's so cool. To a degree, would Klein's marionettes be able to do something similar now that his marionettes can have the power of a bizarre sorcerer in effect? if Klein is able to like switch his body to the to a marionette, absorb like a sequence 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, whatever characteristic of the seer pathway, and then switch back to his main body, does the marionette body keep that characteristic, or does it transfer to Klein's soul? How would that work? Because with Amon, what's happening is the parasite, not the paras, the avatar consumes a characteristic and it stays with the avatar, not with the original Amon, because otherwise he would just go insane. Transforming Klein would go mad. Okay. Okay, never mind. Huh. Combining it with her subconscious drawing, her worrying of Haven Rambus's queuing, and the celebrant of the Mass at the Church of the Evernight her parents attended, Audrey's interpretation was not only that she was afraid of the hypothesis and cues of the psychology alchemists, but she also became fearful of Orthodox churches. She couldn't be sure if they would use their powers to imbue thoughts into aristocratic believers so as to guide them to doing actions that violated their will. This was sacrilegious and rebellious to Audrey, who had received an Orthodox education from a young age. After hearing Miss Justice's question, Alger scoffed. Isn't that normal? When living in a human society, one has to accept a certain level of surveillance, control, and guidance. I know what you're afraid of, but think about it. Compared to someone who uses their powers conferred from their standing, using money and weapons to guide and control others, to using beyond their powers to do something similar. In essence, is there really any difference? This is more like okay, this is clever, but it's like Alger is basically drawing a one-to-one with our world to say like, hey, the fact that the government is doing this with like overt, or not the government, but like churches are doing this with, and I guess the government are doing this with overt supernatural powers, makes it feel like so much more crazy. But like in essence, is it really any different than what's happening with just real stuff? It's like, the difference is that one knows that they don't wish to do it and end up having to do it, and the other is that they don't even have the thoughts of being unwilling to do it. Yes, this means the loss of freedom of one's mind and thoughts. It's terrifying, Audrey nodded. How can there be a completely free mind and thought? By choosing your faith and belief, you naturally are bound by them. Let's focus on the Lone Kingdom. The three churches are equal, and together with the royal family, that creates a balance between each other. If the Church of Storm goes overboard towards its believers, their believers will convert to another faith. Therefore, under most situations, the churches will tend to keep their standing and beliefs as a religion to guide important believers instead of using powers. Balance. Audrey pondered over this word. At this moment, many of her thoughts matured. Thank you for your explanation, Mr. Hanged Man. So how should I deal with Haven Rambus? The problem with him isn't anything to panic about. You have the ability to run circles around him. You can provide him unimportant information while keeping the core secrets to your heart. Use this opportunity to gain potion formulas and even ingredients. From time to time, when there are changes, you can consider changing strategies. Of course, don't be too careless. Duke Negan was an example of this. When the time comes, even if Haven Rambus has to die, no one will suspect you, the World Gearman said. He said, "You say the word, darling. If he's a bitch, you say the word, okay? He tomorrow, no problem. For you, no charge." Even if Haven has to die? He's a demigod. Mr. World plans on attacking him? Well, I guess that's possible. He's always been investigating Quaron's suicide. He was the one who informed me of Haven. Even when she hated and felt the most fearful towards Haven, she had never had thoughts of killing this counselor. Because this meant, because he was a demigod, this meant the top-ranking power in the kingdom and the churches. I understand what needs to be done. Thank you, all of you, Audrey said. Klein sure sounds bombastic these days. He even wants to get rid of Amon's avatar and background. Haven is nothing to him, huh? Leonard thought. Catley and others remained silent. At this moment, Klein controlled the world to say, Mr. Fool, I wish to communicate privately with Mr. Star. Sure, the Fool said. As Leonard was feeling poignant about the possibility of private communication, he informed Klein of the main points in Pala Zoroast's reply, including the problem of the Worm of Time characteristic loss. This made Klein realize how he could use worms of spirit to create charms and bodies, or charms and bullets. Does it mean worms of time? Why does it say worms of spirit? Havin is a huge downgrade from Amon. Yeah, it's not even fucking close. Split off a few and kill them. When the characteristics contain them return to the body, the remaining material can be used like a worm of time. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. Oh, his own. Oh, I see. Okay. Arder, how's it going, man? The only problem is that killing worms of spirits deals a certain level of damage to myself. After all, each worm of spirit contains a part of my spirit body. I have to limit the number each time. After all, only after I recover can I do it again. Klein then got the world to reply, I will try my best to confirm if it's a blessing of concealment. I will try my best to confirm if a blessing of concealment is possible before I give you an answer. If there's no problem, we can attempt to seek out the sealed artifacts of the Marauder pathway at the demigod level. Of course, I will try to think of a way to identify the grafting of fate. Klein wasn't sure if the observation above the grey fog would allow him to see the truth, just like how he was able to see his believers being parasitized. Hence, he planned on using the paper crane to contact Will Ossepton. Alright, Leonard grumbled, about how the old man would have recovered further if demigod-level sealed artifacts of the Marauder pathway were easy to find. Yeah, they may not be easy to find. For you, bitch. For Gehrman Sparrow? Easy. Okay, wait, now that I think about it, okay. Now we're at volume 5, and there's 3 more volumes left. I'm gonna guess Klein gets 1 more persona. I feel like any more, and it's too many to keep track of and develop really well. I feel like 1 more. I feel like Klein, Sherlock, Gehrman, Dwayne, and a 5th one. I feel like 5 is a good number. Calling the baby for backup. Yeah, the baby is basically a tactical nuke. After ending the private communication, Klein made the world look at Cat Leia. Please inform Queen Mystic that I wish to meet her about something. The time and location is up to her. Queen Mystic. So Ma'am Hermit represents the royal above the 5 seas? Leonard was taken aback. What's the matter? Cat Leia frowned. I will inform her of your intentions, but I can't provide any guarantees. Okay. The world Gehrman nodded simply, indicating that it was fine. At this moment, Derek finally spoke. Everyone. The ritual needed for me to advance to Priest of Light requires pure darkness. I need to bury my body in ice that doesn't usually melt. In the City of Silver, such ice isn't hard to find, but how do we create pure but safe darkness? That's the Priest of Light's advancement ritual? The little son sure is honest and simple, Audrey thought. The world raised his hand to pinch his temples. As for the fool, Klein, he was rapidly thinking of a solution. If this were in the outside world, pure darkness is easy. Ice that doesn't melt would be the hard part. But the City of Silver is the opposite. I can get Leonard to provide charms of the Evernight domain, then I can stir some powers of the Grey Fog, using the Little Sun's Prayer to provide an area of artificial darkness. But the problem lies in me being unable to determine if this would bring normal danger that the City of Silver encounters. It's not something that can be answered with a divination. I'll summon Eridus and ask. Seeing the world silent, Leonard, who had originally wanted to say that creating pure darkness is easy, shut his mouth and began pondering over the son's words. Safe? In the forsaken land of Silver, darkness is equivalent to danger? Finally, it was Alger who spoke first. I love that in Lord of the Mysteries when you really need networking skill. Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's like the real life, you know. It's real life. It's like, hey, it's not what you know, it's who you know, which I think is really dog shit, but it's also but it is unfortunately true. Guy, I appreciate that, but it's basically the same job I used to do, dude. So I'm not. I mean, I'm not too worried. It's kind of whatever. But all the same, I do appreciate the wishes. It's much better than the reply I got when I told these guys I fucking got a job. God damn it. Censor that? What? Job is fantastic. Shut up. Alger said, I will help you gather information and seek out solutions, but in the process you might need to provide some help to confirm that it can be done. No problem, Derek answered. There's no need to rush it. I still have about a month before I can finish digesting my potion. Alger nodded, indicating it was no problem. Perhaps we can consider this problem from another angle, Cattleya said. Your ritual wouldn't last too long. We can simply increase the time you can survive in the pure darkness. I remember that you once mentioned that after being left in the darkness and zero light, there are two dangers. First would be attacks from strange monsters, and the second would be a baffling instance of disappearance. The former is easy to resolve. You can make a request to the chief for certain artifacts, or you can get him to stand guard. As for the second, I don't know. You can attempt to ask your chief again. Derek thought about it carefully and felt that this was a viable train of thought. Thank you, ma'am Hermit, he replied. Seeing that the exchange in the learning section was done, Klein wrapped the edge of the table and said, let's end it here for today. Your wish is our will, Audrey and company stood. After vanishing from the grey fog, Klein left the area and returned to the real world. He took out his wallet and got the paper crane, which was folded by Will Ossepton, spreading it across the table and writing, There's something. Bro, Klein is such a bitch. I feel like that was my favorite bit of him being more than him almost basically killing Sequence 4 Parasite. I think my favorite bit is Klein putting up an illusion just to go up to a fucking baby and say, fold a paper crane, bitch. Do it now. Like, wait, what the fuck? No worries, guy. Appreciate you popping by, man. I think that was the best bit. After folding the paper crane and stuffing it into his pillow, Klein got into bed and took an afternoon nap. He then arrived inside the familiar steeple. A black pram came out of the thick shadows as Will Ossepton, wrapped in silver silk, sucked at his right thumb, derided angrily. Are you guys ready? Do you know what time it is? Steamboat Willie's back! Let's go! You are getting more and more impolite, Will Ossepton said. With our relationship, there's no need for such pleasantries, right? Speak! What's the matter? This is the thing. I recently encountered Amon's avatar. I haven't even been born for a month! There's nothing I need from you. I just want to ask a question, Klein added. What is it? Amon's avatar can steal the destiny of others and appear while replacing their identities. I wish to know how I can see through such a matter. Pray for help! From the looks of it, using the powers of the grey fog can be used to discover the grafting of destiny. Klein heaved a sigh of relief. When he thought of the word using, he was referring to using his marionette to pray to the fool while he entered above the grey fog. Through the point of light representing his believer, he could survey the area and look for any abnormalities. In a sense, it was equivalent to the fool's observation. But the problem is that I can't stay above the grey fog to observe the grafting the entire time. It might be the case that in between two of the observation periods, Amon could enter the street and do something. Anything you would like to remind me of? You have to visit me and my parents once this week during high tea. No problem, Klein agreed. Only then did the baby turn his head and giggle. Next week, around Wednesday or Thursday, there may be a change in your destiny. Is that so? Klein nodded in thought as he watched the black pram slowly retreat into the shadows. Bro, this was supposed to be like a little joke I did for like one sentence, and it's turned into so... I didn't know Will Ossipton was going to be such an important fucking such an important fucking... Okay. Clyde nodded in thought as he watched the black pram slowly retreat. After waking up from his dream, he packed up his items and began setting up an altar. This time, the target of the prayer was the Evernight goddess. This was to prevent Amon from prying upon the source of the stirring. He's the goaded pathway. He's of the goaded pathway. The fool. I did this to myself, Nagito. You're right. How could the Evernight goddess's blessed be praying to artificial death? After setting up the ritual, Klein wiped his face and turned into Gehrman Sparrow. After igniting the first 2 candles, Klein made the ordinary candle representing himself burn with a yellow flame. There were 2 candles in front. One was a candle made of night vanilla and slumber flower to represent Evernight, and the other was a candle made up of white chestnut flowers and wild rose to represent concealment. Will is the one filling Azek's absence. Yeah, well, yeah, we need an angel, and if Mr. Azek's not going to do it, I guess Will Ossipton has to. I pray for the power of the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight? Batman? I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I pray for the power of the mystery. I pray for the goddess's loving grace. I encountered Blasphemer Amon's avatar in Backland. He was gathering the characteristics of a marauder pathway demigod. I seek for the blessing of concealment so as to complete the mission of eradicating his avatars. Night vanilla, a herb that belongs to the red moon. Please pass my supplication to the goddess. Moonflower, a herb that belongs to the red moon. Please pass my supplication to the goddess. After he was done chanting, Klein waited for a while, but nothing happened. The goddess is in a critical period of gaining control of the death pathway. Death pathway's uniqueness and can't respond. Should I try praying to artificial death? If there are blessings of concealment, Amon wouldn't be able to see it. If it doesn't, then the source of the stirring destiny wouldn't point to me. Klein frowned little by little as he ended the ritual. He felt he needed to think of another solution. After clearing the desk and turning around, a figure appeared in front of him. I'm actually scared to read the next line. What do you mean someone just showed up? The figure wore a simple linen robe with the signs of patching. By the figure's waist was a belt made of tree bark. Raven black hair cascaded down freely as the figure's feet didn't have any socks or shoes, making them covered in dust and wounds. It was a lady. This can't be the Evernight goddess. Who the fuck is this? She had extremely normal facial features. Her ghostly black eyes were no different from the common person, but just looking at her left Klein with an extreme sense of peace and serenity. Is this the Evernight goddess? Because this isn't 017. Even though feelings of alarm rose up within him, they were unable to overpower the peacefulness. Its username? Oh, shit. Username. You gotta tell me, bro. You're scaring me. Aridus says congratulations. Oh, I guess he's gonna congratulate him for becoming a demigod. You know what? Wouldn't even surprise me. Like Ed Sheeran. I don't... well, if you're anything like Ed Sheeran, you're gonna get a... Fuck it, you're not gonna be a good character, bro. You are, Klein asked. Ariana, Servant of Concealment. Servant of Concealment? Ariana. He knew who this lady was. As a former Nighthawk, how could he not know of the name Ariana? She was the Evernight Cloister Matron, head of the 13 Archbishops, a likely candidate for the future Pope. So... You were the head of the archbishops and you can't afford shoes or socks? What are you spending all your money on? Regardless of which identity she had, she was part of the general knowledge that couldn't be avoided in religious studies. As for the name, Servant of Concealment, Klein had read about it in Roselle's diary. Considering the similar name, Attendant of Mysteries, he suspected that this pointed to an angel. Meanwhile, the law of characteristics convergence with a sequence 0 in existence, it meant that Attendant of Mysteries couldn't be a sequence 1 angel. Therefore, Klein believed Servant of Concealment was likely sequence 2 of the Evernight pathway. The plot thickens! Did I know Servant of Concealment? Did I? Romero says I do, and he knows my notes better than I do. Oh, I knew the name, but I didn't know where it was. Okay, now I know it's 2. Romero actually knows my notes better than me, which is just insane to me. This is... But the goddess didn't reply. She sent her servant over? Good afternoon, Your Eminence. In the various churches, if a demigod at the angel level walked the land, there was a need to address them as Your Eminence, as a show of respect. Likewise, towards the pontiff, pope, and patriarch. One had to refer to them, one had to use Your Holiness. In addition, a church's head was synonymous with the Holy See or Apostolic See. I'm just gonna say, I know he's really far, but when he comes across the word apostolic, he's gonna have a rough time. That is a rough word. That is not a fun word to read. Oh yes. Wait. Oh, Willie's still here. Apologies. Willie's gone. Ariana tapped her chest 4 times. May the goddess bless you. She then said, I'm an ascetic. You can just call me ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Ariana. Klein didn't insist. You plan to deal with the blasphemer Amon's avatars in Backlund? Yes, I wish to obtain the blessing of concealment, Klein replied. He originally expected the goddess to answer by blessing him. Then he and Pala Zoroast could join forces to wipe away the avatars. During this process, it wouldn't expose Leonard or the Marauder Pathway Angel. But now, with the blessings becoming corporeal, something that would be involved in the battle, Pala Zoroast would immediately be discovered. When that happens, it was hard to predict what would happen. Don't tell me that I need to ally with Pala Zoroast. I'll only get him to provide intel and then split some of the spoils of war. I can provide the power of concealment to shield everything that happens from the prying of fate. However, I cannot guarantee that I can eliminate all of Amon's avatars. Wait, she has joined the party, basically? We now have another angel who's joined the party who's gonna help us against Amon's avatars? Because what I was thinking was like, bro, Klein and Leonard definitely can't take them out. Like, how the fuck were they gonna do that? But now, with a sequence 2... Oh, new party member. Oh, shit. Sugar mommy, for real, bro. She said, I'm busy. Take the sequence 2. Should probably be good. Pala Zoroast said that he has the means of doing so. The person who understands Amon best is indeed the sequence 1 of the same pathway. Ma'am Ariana, I've already come up with a well thought out plan. All you need to do is provide the power of concealment. You do not need to be involved in the battle. Leave the rest to me. He said, nah, I don't need the help of an angel? Bro, you can't take on Amon, you lose. Ariana nodded and raised her right hand as she spread her palm. Points of light lit up, profound and resplendent, as they quickly outlined an emblem in her palm. The emblem was completely crystallized, as though it was made of obsidian. It made one realize its existence when looking at it, but it appeared to vanish when not looking. This is my Evernight coat of arms. It doesn't possess any characteristics or power by itself. The only use is that when triggered, it will establish a connection with me, regardless of where you are in the world. Before you begin your operation, remember to use it. I will provide you with the power of concealment. If you need more direct assistance, you can use Ancient Hermes to chant Ariana when triggering it. An itemized altar that points to her. Oh, at the level of an angel, the range of responding to prayers is extended to the world? Zoroaster is so crazy for even making it a sequence 1. That is true. Amon is like hunting everyone down, especially the higher sequence you become. Klein is like, Amon is like hunting you down. And Amon probably wants a sequence 1 of his pathway so bad, because he at the very least has 1, maybe has 2 of them. So he's like on the cusp of divinity. He's like foaming at the mouth for a sequence 1. He's like, give it to me. As a bizarre sorcerer, he didn't have the means to reply to prayers. This was a trait that could only be obtained at a sequence 3. Of course, as a sea god and the fool, he was very well versed in these manners. Why is it sequence 3 for him? Wouldn't it be 2 when you become an angel? Or 4 when you become a demigod? What the fuck is 3? Why? 3 is just another saint. No, Dr. Z. We already knew he was. We know of... Well, I know of only a couple sequence 1s. I know of all the Kings of Angels, obviously. Pala, Zoroast, Mr. Door, Zaratul. There might be 1 or 2 more that I can't remember. 3 can respond to prayers, just don't have that much range. Oh, okay. Klein didn't stand on ceremony as he accepted it and bowed. Thank you. Praise the lady. Praise the lady, Ariana replied. Her figure then vanished, as though she had been erased. This is a departure by entering a concealed state. Klein pursed his lips and thought. Meanwhile, he was filled with suspicion over Ariana's swift arrival. No, Dr. Z, I think it was written in a Roselle diary that that Mr. Door is almost certainly a sequence 1. So I guess you're right, probably, but like he's a sequence 1. Meanwhile, he was filled with suspicion over Ariana's swift arrival. After all, the Evernight Goddess's pathway wasn't well versed in methods of transport. To go from Winter County all the way to Backland required a lot of time. My ritual isn't the kind that prays for a descent. Could it be that Ariana happened to be nearby? But isn't that too much of a coincidence? Don't say coincidence, no. Adam is secretly using the quill to have Klein weaken Amon so that he can enter as the true god of Backland. I actually have fucking... Oh my god, I have PTSD from 00. I don't even want to talk about it. He found a pen and paper once again and drew the symbol that was a mixture of concealment and mystery prying. When the final stroke was written, the full-body mirror in the master bedroom produced a dark but pure light. You mean using the quill? But then why does Adam need the quill? Is the quill the uniqueness of the pathway? Is that possible? I know it said it was from Nightmare, because it was the quill of Azulhod. Azulhod. Azulhod? Oh, Adam was born with the uniqueness. I'm stupid, never mind. Oh, yes. He's yes, of course. Sorry. Okay, sorry. But then why the fuck... Klein theorized why Adam needs the quill, did he? Did he? I forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. Okay. Client found a pen and paper and made a symbol. Right on the heels of that, fireworks appeared on the full body mirror. Welcome back, Great Master. Your humble servant, Erdis, has witnessed the retrieval of a portion of your authority. I am thrilled that you are gradually recovering your aura. You will eventually return to your supreme position and make the entire world turn silent under your watch. Client can shoot air bullets so still uses a gun? Well, no. Client can shoot air cannons and still uses a gun. Client thinks... Oh, because it's a sequence 1... Oh, because it's a sequence 1, and then he can... But then, okay, quick question. Since it's a sequence 1, but now it's an artifact, because it's like an item, does Adam have to eat the quill? Or is there a way to... Or is Adam able to shatter the quill and then get the characteristic as an angel? Like, does he have to, like, shove the quill down his... Does he have to deep throat the quill? Thanks, guys. You will eventually return to your supreme position and make the entire world turn silent under your watch. Remember the key in the... Yeah, no, doctors, yeah, I remember. A great master, what instructions do you have for me? Oh, that's such a clever question. What instructions do you have for me? That's a question. So you can... We're going to emulate the killer of the phone. In a place where darkness can result in danger, how should one create a safe but pure darkness? There are two kinds of danger involved. One will make a person directly vanish in the darkness, and two, strange monsters will appear. Great Master, are you referring to the Forsaken Land of the Gods? Yes. The formation of the Forsaken Land of the Gods is related to the second creator's falling. The second creator is referring to ASG, right? The danger of night there stems from the transformation of two essential powers. Yes? Okay. First, it's the remnants of the Evernight Goddess's divine power. Second, it's the influence left behind by the Creator. He wielded partial authority over shadows, darkness, fallen, corruption, and mutation. The former makes creatures vanish into thin air, and the latter produces monsters in the darkness. But why is the Evernight Goddess using her authority in such a dumb fucking way? Bro, just let people be people. You know, call me a hippie, but I say let people be people. You know, just let them do their own thing. Now, hot take, I know. Sorry. Sorry. In that case, the Evernight Goddess was involved in the fall of the second creator? It's the remnant power left? It's the... Oh, it's the Oh, I see. Oh. So, thing is probably... So, wait. The little son is probably right then. The real power of a god, especially if the opposing pathway, because shadows are basically remnant powers of shadows is what's causing it. So if Derek was able to become a sun god, if he was able to become the sun, he would be able to fucking purify the darkness and allow the City of Silver to be free. Oh, his dream can work. Okay, in that case, the Evernight Goddess was involved in the fall of the second creator. This was something Klein had vaguely expected. This was from the trait of humans evaporating in the darkness of the Forsaken Land of the Gods. Yeah, no, I get it, Dr. Z. Yeah, because... No. What? When ASG fell, Evernight was already sequence 0. How do we know that? I would have assumed she was a sequence 1 and probably killed him and became a sequence 0 at that point. Because it says the creator, he wielded partial authority over shadows, darkness, fallen, corruption, mutation. So, wait a minute. So you guys are saying she was already a sequence 0. She was fighting against ASG. And then when he died, she usurped his domain of power, like she's doing to Death right now. Oh, the Evernight Goddess is a little fucking klepto. Oh, she's a little kleptomaniac. Therefore, unless there was another deity of the Evernight pathway born in the middle, it was difficult for the two abnormalities to not... Wait, no, what? Okay. This was something Klein had vaguely expected. This was something from the trait of humans evaporating in the darkness from the Forsaken Land of Gods. That's blasphemous. The blasphemer Amon is in Backland, okay? I think we have bigger blasphemy problems, okay? Let me blaspheme a little bit. He blasphemes a lot. I only do a little bit, you know? Like imagine if you lived in a town and then you saw cops were like arresting a guy who was jaywalking, and then there was like 4 murders every night, and you're like, guys, I get that he technically broke the law, but like I feel like you have bigger issues. Like, I mean, you can arrest listen, he broke the law. Maybe he should even get a fine. Maybe he should even be arrested. But like I feel like you deal with the murderers first, no? Like deal with Amon, and then we can deal with my little blasphemy later, okay? It was similar to the strange disappearance if one didn't sleep at night in the ruins of the gods. In the ruins of the battlefield of gods. What the fuck happened there, though? Wait! That's the battlefield of the gods was said to be the place where ASG was taking back his authorities, right? So ASG was trying to kill Evernight too. Battle of the Gods, fuck you, Arthur. Fuck you. So he was probably trying to kill Evernight too and take her authority back. A DSV, no pathway fully controls one authority or they go mad. Remember the Ice Dragon in Grizel's book? You need to balance the authority to be sane. So there's no just the luck god, it's fate. It was not said, you assumed? What? Are you sure? I thought it was said that it was the... where ASG was fighting against the gods to reclaim his authority. Did I just fucking... Is that headcanon? What? I thought that was like fucking locked knowledge in my brain. It'd be like if someone... If I said, like, you know how, like, the Earth orbits around the sun, and they're like, oh, that's never been proven. Like, you just thought that, and you're like, what? What? I was sure that was the case. Therefore, unless there was another deity of the Evernight Goddess born in the middle... No, what the fuck is happening? And based on the Little Sun's description, King of Demonic Wolves, Flagrea, who wielded the control of the Evernight and concealment authorities, had long perished in the Second Epoch. It was impossible that he had done it. Look at your notes, bro. Wiz, do you know the neighboring pathway of Sailor Sun? Nah, Klein did say that. Okay, thank you. Therefore, unless there was another deity of the Evernight Goddess born in the middle, it was difficult for the two abnormalities to not have the Evernight Goddess involved. On the surface of the mirror, the silver light rapidly converged. That's right. That's right. Klein was just about to press on when he shut up. He had recalled one of his identities. A blessed of the Evernight. Even without someone watching, he had to show respect to the deity and not seek out secrets. Of course, Time in the Grey Fog was excluded. He was like, I can blaspheme all I want up there. Just as he was about to focus on the main question from before to urge Eridus to list out solutions, he saw the words change. Great Master, your loyal servant Eridus wishes to ask a small favor of you. Can we not discuss matters regarding the Evernight Goddess? Okay. As for the question you asked, there are two solutions. Why the fuck is Eridus scared of the Evernight Goddess? What? Oh, maybe he's scared of any god? Maybe. But this is the first time we've seen, like, Eridus be like, hey, I really want to help you, but, like, can you please not talk about him? I'm actually scared a lot of him. Or her, in this scenario, of course. One is to accept the corruption and let oneself transform into a monster of the darkness. The reason why these creatures do not vanish into thin air is because during the night they have received the protection of the Fallen's authority. The Fallen authority? The Fallen is a fucking... Is the Fallen a sequence 0? Sequence 0, Fallen. That's... Oh no, that sounds like dog shit. God, I hope not. Well, I did say that the Fool too, so... you know, take my words with a grain of salt. The second is to create a darkness that comes with the dream world. This will allow the spirit body to receive the protection of the dream, thus slowing down the encroachment of danger at night. And is to create a darkness that comes with the dream world. 993. Another possibility. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to stream for another hour. So we should be able to get to 996, which I think is where I said we wanted to go. Read DSV's comment. Yes, give me 1 second. Okay. Bro, I need to do something about the tarot cards. I feel bad. Gio's not up here. For example, Wheel of Fortune is not just fate. It's the god that controls most of fate, but the Evernight Goddess controls some bad luck. Knowledge is shared between the reader, savant, and mystery prayer. Okay. Okay. I see what you mean. I don't know what to make of it, but I see what you mean. Allowing the spirit body to receive protection of a dream and slow down the encroachment of danger at night. This is similar to the necessity of sleep when night falls in the battlefield of gods. Also, the power in the Forsaken Land of Gods likely isn't under the goddess's control. Once one vanishes in the darkness over there, they definitely won't enter the Foggy Town. But where the hell does it point? Would they stay in the same spot, unable to interact with their companions until they die? The little son needed pure darkness so that he could be buried in ice that wouldn't melt to consume the Priest of Light potion. Once he entered a darkness, there was no way for him to control his own body to complete that critical step. That way, even if he could remain in the darkness for prolonged periods of time, it'd be meaningless. Yes, I'll wait until the little son asks the chief of the City of Silver before coming up with a plan based on the answer. Of course, before that, I can try to get a solution from Leonard to figure out how to create darkness with a temporary dream world. What I mean is the Evernight is not the only god that controls the Shadow Authority. Author god have some weakened version of it. Oh, okay. So, okay. Thank you, DSV. Upon considering, Klein then asked, where can I obtain the potion formula of the Seer Pathway? Sequence 3, Scholar of Yore. Obviously, I feel like... Okay, I know you guys already told me this, but like it's so crazy at this point. Every sequence is like a huge jump. Like in my mind, I think a Scholar of Yore will probably allow a marionette to act independently. Like, Klein probably wouldn't even need to fucking constantly be moving around their actions. Because he could probably use, like, time and say, like, I will bring you back to a time when you had consciousness or whatever. And then allow them to, like, move independently. Still being able to direct their actions, but, like, in a more grander narrative. Not just having a, you know, fucking, like, instant move everything or make them talk and all that bullshit, right? And then, obviously, once he becomes a Sequence 2, he's a fucking angel. Like, the power differential will be massive. I don't know what the fuck... A tentative... No, what the fuck is Sequence 2? What Sequence 1 is a tentative mysteries. A miracle invoker. Okay, like, that's massive, right? He becomes fucking... he's able to come back from the dead. Like, I mean, he's already able to do that, so... I don't even know what the fuck it gives him. But, like, huge. Once he becomes a Sequence 1, well, now he's a fucking Sequence 1. That's a huge power. Like, every sequence is, like, huge. Whereas, like, in my mind, the jump from, like, 7 to 6 was, like... he can change faces. Is something, you know? I didn't like Sequence 6 very much, okay? I liked all the other sequences. 6 was kind of garbage, I'm not gonna lie. I get it. In the theme of the story, it fits really well. I just feel like if I worked that fucking hard to get to Sequence 6, and I was like, oh, you can change your face, I'd be like, get me out of here, you know? Okay. The full-body mirror rippled again as it reflected a dark cathedral. Klein found the scene familiar. This is where Zaratul, who had turned into a monster, hid. Just as Klein's pupils dilated. However, this time, deep inside the cathedral, the cluster of blurry, huge maggots were no longer present. Great Master, Zaratul has vanished. I can't find him. I feel like now that Zaratul got the part of his body back, or got the part of his soul back, he's no longer crazy, even if I don't even know if he was ever in the past, but now he's like sane. And so now he's actually moving with his plans or whatever. Although he had long known of Zaratul's returns, since he was the one who began the chain reaction by opening the door, he never expected this big shot to leave. Even Eridas couldn't find him. What the hell is he up to? Having become a demigod, he can confirm one thing. His control of the grey fog was still insufficient. He could temporarily only converge the leaking specialness that had augmented him with the real world, making it difficult for the Beyonders of the corresponding pathways to see it. But it was unable to repress the law of Beyonder characteristics convergence. As for the grey fog, it had proven time and time again that he had an invisible form of attraction towards Beyonders, of the Seer, Apprentice, and Marauder pathway. I myself am quite an attractive Sequence 4 Bizarro Sorcerer. It's not impossible for Zaratul to come to Backland one day. Got it, Klein nodded. Eridas then presented another scene Klein was equally familiar with. The treasure trove at the Hornacis mountain range. Great Master, there's another possibility, but I can't tell you. I just know that it's easier than the first two. Like, there's another possibility but why can't he tell? What the fuck? Like, he can't tell what the possibility is? And the Antigonus family notebook isn't there this time? That's right. It will lead the wielder to the main peak of the Hornacis mountain range. It's basically the same as the other option. What's the possibility that even Eridas can't tell? Based on what I know about the factions in control of the Seer pathway, it's implying I should pray to the goddess? The goddess is the mother of concealment, so she can choose whether Eridas can see it or not. Of course, he didn't believe that directly praying for the scholar of your potion formula would allow him to get it. It was just ridiculous. From his experience as a Nighthawk, he suspected that he might even need to make enough contributions before he could obtain the formula from the goddess. Making enough contributions. That sure is familiar. He had a hint on how to do so. Handle the artificial death faction of the Numinous Episcopate. Hey, the Evernight is like, listen, I have given you all the tools. Make music, okay? Dazzle me. I will give you the potion formula, but dazzle me, you know? I will say, though, I'm so curious how Amon mentioned that a Bizarro Sorcerer under Evernight, and someone said, like, oh, because Evernight has Bizarro Sorcerers under her. But why does the church only then say that they only have sequence 9 of the formula? Like, obviously they have more because Klein himself sent sequence 8 potion formula there, and more through the notebook. They probably have all the way to sequence 4 or 3 at the very least. So why the fuck do they hide it? Why do they not want anyone to have it? There's so many big overarching questions, dude. Klein suspected that the goddess had only up to the Scholar of Yore sequence of the Seer Pathway potion, not because its subsequent and not the ones at the angel level. This is because the indigenous family angel didn't perish immediately back then, but had hidden in a secret place, losing control to become a monster in a half-sealed state. In addition, the Fool card was also there and hadn't been retrieved. The Evernight Church had mermaids. Oh, they also had mermaids, yeah. At this moment, Klein had the intention of asking about Amon's avatar, but he recalled, within the memories of the rat demigod, the warning of the Marauder Pathway Angel and Amon had been given by this mirror. Alright, that's it for today. Head back. If there's anything else, I will summon you again. Yes, Master. Goodbye. After everything returned to normal, Klein turned around and picked up the paper he had previously drawn with a symbol, and with a snap of his fingers, he made it burst into scarlet flames. The ash floated down as he spread open his hand. In it were 2 maggots shimmering with solid, mysterious symbols. Do you think one of the archbishops is actually a marionette? I mean, it could theoretically be true, Dr. Z, but what would give you that impression? Okay. I will say our streams are getting so much bigger. Like a night stream, which even not too long ago used to be like super small, super intimate, because there'd be like maybe 10 people. It was like there's almost 40 people here right now. That's crazy. It's like it's 11 p.m. for me, which is late as fuck. I mean, again, it's all sorts of times for everyone across the world, but like that's awesome. That's fucking awesome to me. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, guys. Also, I don't think Amon said. Also, I don't think what Amon said means that a bizarre sorcerer, which just means Klein is a blessed of the. Ramiro, that could be the case. That, like, I mean, he could be thinking that he's blessed. But then I don't even know if that. But I don't even know if that's technically true. Like, look, we're at 40 people right now. That's insane to me. Fucking 11 p.m. at night. I should be in bed, okay? I have work in 10 hours. Oh, God. By the way, I will... Okay, listen, I don't want to shit talk my job before I even technically start. But I'm gonna. You ready? Listen, I just want to say... I just want to say, it's like the least level of organization I've ever seen in a bank. My manager called me at 5 o'clock today after the business day ended, and he went, "Hey, so technically your starting day was supposed to be today, but I was on vacation last week, so I didn't get a chance to call you. You wanna come in tomorrow?" I was like, yeah, sure, that'll work. And he goes, "Fantastic. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning." And he goes to hang out, and I go, like, "What time?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, we generally do like 9 to 5. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow." Like it was so chill. Whereas like the first time when I started at the bank before, a different bank but all the same, it was like, "Hey, so your start date will be in 2 weeks. It'll be on the 17th. Please be there by 8:45. We do business casual on Fridays. However, you are eligible to wear jeans. No rips, though." I go, "Oh, okay." You know, any questions you have? And I was like, "No." Given I was fucking 18 back then, I was a fucking dumbass. How far is your workplace? If I'm accounting for traffic, like 7 minutes, maybe. It's like I could run there in like 15 minutes if I had to. I mean, I wouldn't, but if I had to, I could run there in like 15 minutes. Be like a nice little jog. Yeah, it's so close. It's great. My previous job was like further, and that was like 12 minutes away by drive. It was like it's so good. Unk should run to work. You know what, young buck? I would still fucking smoke you in a race, okay? So how about you calm down? Okay, wait, no, I gotta... Where the fuck was I? Klein raised his palm just short of touching the worms of spirit. After raising his palm again, he lowered it to pause, repeated this several times until he finally exerted his strength. Amidst an invisible and illusory cracking sound, his head felt a stabbing pain. This made his soul feel like it was being ripped apart. Bro lives close to a lot of banks. But like, banks are everywhere, DSV, you know? Like every city has banks. Like, what am I gonna do? Gonna have money under my mattress? Every day I spend an hour to get to work and then 90 minutes to come back. Oh god. Dr. Z, don't even remind me. Because I commuted to school for 8 years straight, like an hour each way. It was, kill me. I live in the countryside now. Oh, okay, the countryside. Oh, well, yeah, farm. That would do it. Yeah, of course. It was even more painful than encountering than a gunshot. Klein used his clown powers to control the twitching of his face. After a few seconds, he raised his right hand to rub his temples. Indeed, the death of every worm deals damage to my spirit body. My current limit is 6. I'll temporarily stop. Let's see how long it takes to recover. Thankfully, this is tolerable. Otherwise, it'd be dangerous if a marionette is destroyed while a worm of time isn't able to be collected in the time. Klein can use his Klein powers. Sequence 3 Klein. Listen, Klein Clown is... That's just mean, okay? To have to... Motherfuckers hitting me with like... he's hitting me with like tongue twisters. Like, she sells seashells by the seashore. Like, ugh, get me the fuck out of here. Yes, it's different from Amon's Worms of Time. A bizarre sorceress, worms of spirits, and don't necessarily die when a marionette is destroyed. Most of the time, we can retrieve them. It's because the distance between body and a marionette isn't that big. After confirming the situation and waiting for the characteristics contained within the spirits to return, Klein rummaged through some materials and set up a ritual to pray to the Fool. After setting up a series of tasks, Klein used the carcasses of the 2 worms of spirits, 2 silver plates, and complicated symbols which he had recorded down to make 2 silver black bullets. Wait. I thought he made 6. Oh no, he said he can make 6. He only made 2. Oh, what a bitch. You know your limit's 6 and you stop at 2? A real man would do 8 just to push himself, you know? Klein, letting us down. The 2 bullets were carved with strange, indescribable patterns. I would immediately lose control if I entered the Lord of the Mysteries world. I'd be like, like increasing my amount, like of anything I could do every week, and then eventually I would just push myself too far, exhaust my spirituality, and just immediately die. The length of time... Wait, what? Klein flicked a gold coin and used divination. Together with his spiritual intuition to swiftly determine the abilities of the bullets, the target would immediately enter a state of paralysis upon being hit. That's pretty good. The length of time that one was left in this state would depend on the potency of one's spirit body. Even a sequence 3 would be in a state of stiffness for a second or 2. This already exceeds my powers. Of course, the premise is that contact can be made. This is a result of the Grey Fog's augmentation. These 2 bullets should be at the same level as the Fate Siphon charms. Although my Worms of Spirit can't be compared to Amon's and Palazoroast's, the amount of power I can draw from the Grey Fog is clearly superior to what I could do in the past. I should call them Control Spirit Bullets. Klein drew Death Knell from his holster, snapped open the cylinder, and stuffed the 2 bullets inside. Ankh drinking potions while saying I'm built different. Wait, what? What do you mean other potions? Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Like different pathways. Yeah, listen. Just because no one else has done it doesn't mean I can't, okay? If that ASG fellow can take like 9 authorities, I can take different sequences. Duh! Psych yourself up. Okay, the adrenaline's getting me through. And then immediately fucking die. Trust, I'm the new ASG. Okay. Following that, he spread open a piece of paper and wrote, "Next, your mission is to seek out relatively high-level charms and beyonder bullets. May God be with you. XXX, who raised 3 requests from you. This letter was written to Patrick Bryan of the Numinous Episcopate. Why let a subordinate at my disposal go to waste?" Klein then summoned Patrick's messenger. The spirit world glanced at Klein before slowly lowering its head to bite at the envelope. After watching it disappear, Klein muttered his companion isn't dumb. He reined in his thoughts and wrote another letter. "I have already obtained the blessing of concealment. You can attempt to gather items of the Marauder pathway at a demigod level. In addition, I found a way to crack the theft and a replacement of destiny. You don't have to be too anxious." I found a way to crack the theft and replacement of destiny. Oh, the grafting destiny. Okay. I heard your phone vibrate. That was actually your mother's vibrator username. I apologize. Why am I like this? Why does my brain go there immediately? I don't even think of anything else. I didn't even just say like, yeah, I got a notification or what it was. It's just straight there. Oh my, I don't know, Dr. Z. I wasn't loved enough as a child or something. I don't know. Do you know how to create a darkness that includes a temporary dream world? If you have the time, can you head to Tingen and help me use 3782 to create flaring sun bullets? The mutated sun sacred emblem has the divine of EBS hidden in it. Only by sufficiently raising your strength can we be more confident at dealing with Amon's avatars. Wait. The last time Klein took the blood of EBS, didn't he burst into flames in the Grey Fog? Is he trying to get Leonard killed? What the fuck? Oh, God. That's cause he yes, oh yeah, he used the ritual outside in the forest or whatever. Oh, you guys are right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm like that. I like this, Dr. Z. I don't know. At 7 Pinster Street, Leonard, who had specially returned home to participate in the tarot gathering, was about to head to the cathedral when he saw a messenger appear. Old man, why does Klein have a messenger of this level? Is this a perk of being a blessed? Leonard couldn't help but ask. It is likely to solely belong to Klein. Everyone receives some special fortuitous encounter. Isn't that the case? Isn't that the same for even a fellow like you? I thought you would use incomplete angel to describe her, but you ended up using messenger of this level. Not bad. You still remember my warning. What was the warning? It's not quite as good. It's not quite as good username, but I appreciate you putting in the effort. I got some mixed rice, chicken, black beans, soy sauce, hot sauce, and honey. That actually sounds very good. Just thought about the divination working to find Trissy. I think it kind of works, Nagato, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought what happened in episode 5 was Klein kept divining every single house like, hey, is this where Trissy is? Is this where she is? And he kept getting a negative answer until he found the right house, did a divination, and got a nothing answer, right? And or a failed divination. That would work. It would just not be the most effective way of doing it, because that's a lot of divinations you have to make, I guess, and a spirituality would probably not like it. But like, you could do it that way, I guess. So I'm fine with it. I think it's a little confusing because I feel like it was done really quickly. I barely followed it. So I feel like if Don Juan only is probably going to assume like, oh, he did a divination and found out, not realizing that they have like anti-divination abilities, whatever. So, He was more to watch his mouth around Miss Messenger. Thank you, Kit Kat. Okay, good job, username. Leonard smiled. He's indeed the blessed of concealment and fate, Pallas Zoroast said. Klein didn't look at the ground. Instead, he took a few steps back and threw himself into the embrace of the sofa. Embrace of the sofa? What a lonely bitch. Klein can see through the theft and replacement of destiny. Then we don't need to rush out to seek out items of the demigod level. Even if you were in a hurry, you have no idea what to do, Pallas scoffed. Your mom also goes to door, losing... See? As much as I fucking hate username, he's good. See? He does it well. See? You could take lessons from him. Username. Even after the gathering of the Hermits of Fate, similar items need years to appear. Leonard was momentarily at a loss and could only cast his gaze at the last two paragraphs. Oh, wait, did I... Oh, sorry, I fucked that up, didn't I? Oh, okay, you guys know what I meant. Sorry. Leonard was momentarily taken aback, as he could only cast his gaze to the last two paragraphs. I've always been curious as to where Klein got a high-level charm of the Sun domain when facing Megos. I thought it was given to him by that Death console, but I couldn't understand why a Death domain angel would have a high-level charm of the Sun domain. Now I get it. Old man, I wielded 3782 before. Why didn't you notice that there was a drop of EBS's blood in it? We could have stolen some power back then too. If a drop of that divine blood could be so easily discovered, that sacred emblem wouldn't have been in Tinjin. How am I supposed to create an opportunity to get the sacred emblem to create the flaming sun charm? Leonard asked. How the fuck are we supposed to get the conclusion that divination isn't all powerful if it almost works every time? Listen, username, you may not agree with the man, but he does have a point. He does have a point. Like, they do be divining a lot, you know? They're like me divining about Kings of Angels. If I get heads, I celebrate. If I get tails, I go, fuck it. Do I care? No. Does it work? Probably usually, from what I understand. I don't fucking know. Although Klein made it sound simple, Leonard knew that it wasn't an easy task. This was because he wasn't a Tinjin of Night. He wasn't a Nighthawk of Tinjin City anymore. Even if he returned to visit his former colleagues, he had no authority to enter China's Gate. Why are you asking me something as trivial as this? Can't you think of anything for yourself? Pallas Zoroast replied in a peeved manner. I'm working alone, okay? But the Archbishop has given me the authority to get the help of local Nighthawks. If the souls in Backland have been placated and I haven't finished digesting my potion, why wouldn't I go to other dioceses? When that happens, if Tinjin happens to have a paranormal incident, it'd be reasonable for me to return. Not bad. You came up with an idea pretty quickly. But have you thought about it? You are placating them, not purifying them. This is contradictory with obtaining 3782. This will incur suspicion. Old man, that's because you don't know, okay? Back when I joined the Nighthawks, there was one line in the education I received: only under the premise of having the ability to purify can placating achieve the best results. Roselle had once said that to solve problems, you need a stick in one hand and a carrot in the other. Leonard, oh my god. Roselle. Every day I read more about the man. I like him less. It's crazy. Then follow your plan, assuming you can finish off Anthony Stevenson's missions in a week or two. If you haven't obtained the bullets before the actual operation, it would no longer be necessary. I agree with me. I also agree with Easy. Leonard recalled a list of missions written on a piece of paper as his forehead twitched. I wonder when the mission to punish the Sanguine will begin. Did you expect him to be mysterious? Oh, no, I don't care about mysterious, guys. No. I'm just saying, like, this motherfucker plagiarizing everything. Like, bro, imagine if there's a fucking... Roselle already anticipates, like, hey, there'll probably be, like, a... transmigrator after me. He's, like, calculating for it because he's, like, writing down in his book for that, right? Or his diary. But then he's taking credit for everything. Bro, leave some stuff for that guy to be an emperor. You're taking everything. Roselle could make, like, half the stuff he made and still be emperor. What a bitch. In an apartment in the Sherwood Borough, Forrest took out a novel, sat on a sofa, and watched Gio walk towards the lobby as she wore her boots. There's no rush. That gentleman said he wouldn't assign the mission that quickly, Forrest replied. I'm a bounty hunter. I have other missions, Gio said. Forrest, do you think that Miss Justice resembles Miss Audrey? How is that possible? Forrest chuckled. Just as she said that, the similarities began flashing through her mind. It's not impossible. Spectator pathway. Psychology alchemists. Noble lady. Blonde hair, green eyes. She's the only noble I know of who meets those criteria. But, I mean, I don't know that many nobles. Furthermore, I have no idea if the ones I'm familiar with have anything to do with psychology alchemists. Gio listened to her friend and said, Forrest, do you still remember the missions assigned to us by Miss Audrey? I thought that it was issued by Earl Hall, but on second thought, maybe they came from the tarot gathering. If you were in his position, would you leave? Yeah, bro, I'm not a selfish bitch. I would take enough stuff to be an emperor. Fine. You know what? I would be like, listen, I get a little glory. If I have to be in this piece of shit, cholera-ridden, fucking world, I will be emperor. But like, I'm not going to take all the stuff. I'm not going to be like, damn, oh, I remembered another saying. Let me write it down. Let me get credit for it. Also, how did we know Mr. Fool's honorific name? Do you remember? It was the books we borrowed from Viscount Glaint, a book with a strange ancient slip. If we could discover it as a good friend of Viscount Glaint, Miss Audrey has a chance of finding it too. Yeah, Gio said. Gio, we should lessen our discussions of gatherings in the future. As for Miss Audrey, we can visit her in a week or two, and can observe when the time comes. Alright, Gio said. If I were a transmigrator, I would probably either not drink the potion or never advance higher than 3. That, Dr. Z? Yes, hold on. I have a meme for this.
That's why no one will remember your name.
Just want you to remember that, okay? We were not put on this earth to be cowardly, Dr. Z. We may not have been born into the stars, but we were the ones chosen to inherit them. Or some other fucking bullshit, okay? Have some faith in yourself. You'd be fine. She then opened the door and went to a particular bar in the East Borough. Any new missions today, she asked? The bartender gave a rough list without mentioning any investigations of a particular Mr. Ernest Boyer. I will pray to the Lord. I will... Fuck. Dr. Z was here. I was gonna say I would have become the greatest follower of the Lord of Storm, but I thought that was so mean. Bro, listen, my ratio is 98 to 2, okay? I need to appease to the guys a little bit. Come on. Sherman was a young man who thought of himself as a woman. Do you know one of Gio's informants? Oh, Sherman! I remember. She met with a demoness, right? She met with Trissy, I think. Who was telling her, like, hey, if you do some stuff for me, you can become a witch and you can become a woman. The bartender chuckled. Perhaps he ran off with some guy. You do know that he's happy to do so if a man fancies him. This isn't something worth ostracizing him about, Gio rebutted. Good for you, Gio. A true ally, you know? She then exerted strength in her palm and jumped off the high stool, preparing to seek out Sherman. Backland, Bridge area, Braveheart Bar. Mr. White, what is it this time? Emlyn walked in through the room. Ian smiled and led Emlyn into an empty billiard room. Something trivial, Emlyn took off his hat. Help me put up a mission to bounty hunters. The details of the mission is to track a man named Ernest Boyer. Figure out his daily activities. The reward will be £100. £100? For investigations like tracking, £100 was ridiculous. The target is dangerous, Emlyn nodded. Disseminate. Do you mean disseminate misinformation for you, username? No! Unhinged, no! Both of your names start with U. I'm cooked, bro. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Oh god, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. This is not gonna be good. I'm gonna come off as dumb as a bag of bricks tomorrow to my new job. This is great. Love that. Alright, bye Unhinged. Bye Khaled. Yes, but I don't call you Y username, do I? I call you username, which starts with a... follow my train of logic here. I have faith in your username. After the discussion with the Tarot Club, he had already thought it through. He believed that tracking Ernest Boyer was an easy mission, that the Viscount would definitely pretend as though he hadn't noticed anything deliberate, follow a fixed trajectory. It's there, but it's silent. I guess. Therefore, this £100 was in fact payment for Miss Justice to take the risk of participating in the operation. Of course, to aid with misdirection and concealment, it was almost certain that more than one bounty hunter would complete the mission, allowing them to earn different portions of the reward. All Emlyn could guarantee was that Miss Justice would earn the most. Or Misjudgment would earn the most, I see. I think so, Nugget. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll do 4 chapter stream tomorrow. We'll do like a short hour and a half stream, just a chillin', you know, after work. I'll probably be tired after my first day anyway. Not true. Good thing is for me, the first 6 weeks or so are just training, so I'm kind of chilling. I'm not fucking doing much, so yeah. I mean, like, I'll do work because I'll get bored, but like, even then, chilling, you know. Your name also starts with a U. Okay. I see. Coming to an understanding, Ian extended his hand. Down payment, exact address, level of danger, looks and characteristics. It's best if you have a portrait. Emlyn then gave him £30 in cash and Ernest's portrait. Unk. The time will be in 22 hours or 21? Hold on. 21, Dr. Z. 21. I'm off work tomorrow. I can set an alarm. Okay, 21. Yeah, okay. You know what? I will schedule stream. I'll schedule stream like right now. Well, after I end stream. But, Emlyn then gave him 30 red eyes, Ian asked? Yes. There's also something else. Help me seek out clues regarding the Rose School of Thought members in Backland. Rose School of Thought? Ian was taken aback as though he'd never heard of the name. I'll schedule the stream either right after the stream ends or worst case scenario in the morning. Either way, it'll be like way long ahead. And then that way, and then I'll obviously put a announcement in Discord as well. And then that way you guys will be good. Or, actually, how about we end stream on this chapter? How about we just do 995, and then that way tomorrow we can do 5 chapters, because 4 is really low. We'll do like 5. That way we can read for an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, so have like a chill, decently long stream. I don't want to go to like a super short stream right away. And then the day after we'll do like a long 3-hour really focused stream, because we'll have to read like 10 chapters, okay? Okay, on that note, I'll be right back. I just have to take a piss. By the way, I see you guys making all the jokes about my bladders. Motherfuckers, you guys see me drinking a coffee and a tea on stream, and you're still giving me shit? Fuck you guys. We're back from the Divine Kingdom. Alright, let's do the last chapter. Wow, actually, God, that noise I made while sitting down, I'm getting old. Fuck me. I know you guys are gonna say that, but it was actually leg day, and just sitting down and just bending actually hurts. Okay, fuck you guys. Let's go! Thank you, Luvion. Conjoined person. What the fuck? Are we getting conjoined twins over here? I refuse to believe this world has the... To think people need to use caffeine for all those in the past is crazy. What do you mean? What are you referring to, Dr. Z? Is there a conjoined twin? I doubt this world has the fucking technology to give birth to conjoined twins and not have them fucking die. Okay. Emlyn glanced at Ian and chuckled. It appears you don't understand. It's okay. A more simple description is to gather information about foreigners that come from the southern continent, especially from the Star Highlands of the Paz River Valley. What information exactly do you want? There are plenty of pure-blooded people of the southern continent background. Those that you mentioned are also common. Or two message, one was not sent. It's Victorian, not Paleolithic. I don't know if... I feel like conjoined persons are like really difficult Not only for delivery, but like to keep alive after, no? Like I feel like it requires a lot of really complex stuff. I don't know, in fairness. I'm going off of vibes. Yeah, I'm not saying impossible. I'm just saying like they're probably unbelievably rare in this, like, because like, I feel like it'd be so. I feel like it would require so much stuff. The ones that are a bit more abnormal, Emlyn chuckled. They do things in a fishy manner and all seem mysterious. You should understand what I'm getting at. There are definitely many people you describe in background. They're either servants, workers, or thieves, being parts of gangs, as the latter will all meet your criteria of being abnormal, fishy, and mysterious, Ian sincerely answered. Then give me all the information that meets those criteria. I'll do the filtering. Oh, I'll pay £50 as down payment for the commission. As the standard fee for early stage investigations, the subsequent payments will be counted based on how much information of value is provided. Each one will cost £20. They're rare in this. Well, yes, they're rare in this world, but they're rare in this world because they're just rare to have. Not because like we can't keep them. Like I'm not saying we can, that we have the 100% survival rate, but we don't have a 100% survival rate for fucking normal kids, you know? Fucking SIDS exist. That's like the. By the way, sorry, not to get off on a tangent, but have you guys heard of SIDS? Obviously, I know Dr. Z would know about it, but like sudden infant death syndrome is like the most crazy thing to me. Like one day you can just fucking. Like one day you put your baby to bed, everything's fine. You just come back and they're gone. You're like, what the fuck? What happened? We don't know, sir. What the fuck do you mean we don't know? It just happens occasionally. What? That's so crazy to me. Like, that exists, and, like, we have all this technology and shit, and, like, we can't... We're like, fucking, nothing's wrong with them. You're like, what the fuck do you mean nothing's wrong? Literally nothing's wrong. Like, what the fuck? Who is to determine its worth? Ian asked. For him, having a £50 income for preliminary work was enough for him to accept the job. It was more than enough to hire a dozen people to investigate. He didn't mind how much he could earn from the £50, as there were many people who relied on him for their survival. He needed to arrange jobs with payments for them for time to time. Otherwise, they would never be able to keep abreast. Of course, it'll be me. You should know how trustworthy I am, Emlyn scoffed. Detective Moriarty never told me that. Alright, our last cooperation was pretty good, so I'll trust you. Emlyn nodded and took out his wallet and counted another £50. During this process, Emlyn momentarily felt a pinch when he realized his savings now only amounted to £407. How the fuck does everyone only... How the fuck does everyone know to the pound how much money they have? It's insane to me. Worst part is that even though we're finding more risk factors all the time, we still only have possible clues for that and not... Yeah, like, it's crazy. He didn't stay. Putting on his hat, he walked out of the billiard room and left the bar. On the streets, Emlyn stopped pinching his nose and looked up at the flame clouds. That wraith from before isn't here. Where did it go? Ian acted as though he had never heard of the Rose School of Thought, but his racing heartbeat betrayed him. Also, he didn't ask if Sherlock was back in Backland. He didn't even show any concern. Could it be that Sherlock has already returned and has already met him? Rorstad Archipelago, the city of generosity, Bayam. In an area near the harbor, Admiral of Stars Cat Leia had brought about Frank Lee, who had his sleeves rolled up, which revealed his brown hair, to an area outside the house with gas lamps. Oh, is she gonna recruit Sea Elf? Did anything strange happen recently? Cat Leia asked, asking Heath Doyle. 3 days after he left, a stranger visited Sea Elf. He stayed for about 15 minutes. I didn't approach for fear of being discovered. Based on your instructions, I sent men to tail the strangers, but they lost him. What did he look like? Cat Leia asked. Heath Doyle took out a piece of raw beef from his leather pouch by his waist. The blood on it remained fresh, but it didn't show any signs of contamination. It appeared to be a pure piece of solid meat. What the fuck? Right on the heels of that, this piece of beef melted into Doyle's hand, dripping onto the ground like water. They squirmed like they had life, drawing a portrait. That's exactly the effect I want! Frank Lee's eyes shimmered. Wait, he made this? He made a piece of beef that can make a painting? Oh, frankly, you are going to be the death of this world. Under his gaze, Heath Doyle had the intention to run, but he slightly slanted his body and pointed to the ground, roughly like this. At this moment, a portrait had already taken form. It was that of a man with a mustache, with facial features that resembled that of the Paz River Valley. His greatest characteristic was that he had three ear studs in both ears. Golden ear studs, thin body, not much fat, very athletic, Heath Doyle added. And then? No one visited Sealf after that. Other than his temporary servants and chef he hired, I got men to investigate them, and they're clean. Sealf takes an evening stroll at a fixed time every day. He will bring a prostitute home, allowing her to leave at daybreak. I've constantly been tailing him, but I've never discovered any contact with weird people. Has he been acting normal all this time? Cattleya asked. From her point of view, not having any abnormalities was the most abnormal. Yes, Heath Doyle added. Cattleya turned her head to look at the building's main door and said, I plan on using Beyonder powers to infiltrate and bring him under control in the fastest speed possible before taking him away. But from the looks of it, the best solution is to knock on the door. Captain, I'll go with you, Frankly said. Okay. With that said, she left the shadowy corner and walked to the main door of Sealf's residence. As she approached, she looked up at the crimson moon that could be penetrating the clouds. She then knocked on the door. Before long, footsteps approached. Sealf didn't show any abnormal changes from the last time. He smiled. Admiral, is there something this time? I have an idea. I plan on making you part of my crew. What? Why? Because I'm a pirate. Pirates didn't need reasons. They did things because they simply wanted to. I can be your sailor, but as an artisan, I'll be of much greater use in the city. I agree. But before then, I need you to spend some time in the future to be partners with others. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself. I have a strong urge to procreate every day. God, please no one clip that. I am begging you. God, why did I read this? Strong urge to procreate? Frankly's eyes lit up. Sealf was taken aback as he wasn't sure whether to nod or shake his head. No, Nagitsu, no, you can't do this to me. Frank then looked at Cattleya and asked in excitement, Captain, is he going to be an assistant for my experiments? I love this trait of his. Yes, Cattleya nodded. God, bro, this is your teacher's nephew? Grandnephew? What is Bernadette to Cattleya? Would she be counted as like a teacher, a mentor, a mother figure? What is their relationship? I have no idea. Huh. Frank immediately revealed a bright smile and offered his right hand to the artisan. Mom basically adopted? Oh, okay. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, so realistically, this person is basically Cattleya's adopted cousin? However? Maybe like... No, not brother, but it would be cousin, because they're her mom's adopted, brother's kid or grandkid or something, right? So, cousin. A pleasure to meet you. Let me introduce myself. First mate of the future, Frank Lee. Am I really gonna have to spend some time on the future? Cousin once removed. I never understood how the once removed things work, man. I even watched the video from I don't know who the fuck is the guy on YouTube that does like so many good videos. I can't remember. CGP Grey. I even watched his videos and he does like such good stuff, and even then I'm like, fuck me, I don't understand. I guarantee it with my reputation on the line, Cattleya sincerely added. But inwardly she was thinking, it won't be long before Her Majesty personally takes you. Alright, it's not like I can beat you, Ciel shrugged. Please, permit me to take my pack my personal belongings. The guy on YouTube does such great... What? Okay, come on. I got to his name. It just took me a second. CGP Grey. There's like 2 YouTubers I can recommend to like literally every human alive. It's not even a joke. It's... again, they're like really big, so I'm sure most everyone's heard of them. CGP Grey. Like, he just does... Every video he makes is so fucking good. And then the other one is what the fuck is his? Oh my god. It's gonna be like the first one that pops up. Watch. No, fuck sakes. No, where is it? Oh yes, let me know. Let me know. He does, like, everything he does is so well researched, dude. Like, oh, everything. Both of these guys, I can recommend them wholeheartedly to everyone. Every video they've made on, like, any topic. Like, fucking CGP Grey has a video from, like, 10 years ago. You can watch it and be like, damn, that's a fucking great video. Okay. Ciel then took 2 steps back, turned around, and walked to the staircase. As he paused, he said to an ethereal voice, tonight's moonlight is as beautiful as it's always been, hasn't it? Without waiting to receive a reply, he proceeded forward and vanished from the staircase. What a bitch, dude. What a bitch. Oh, he was ready. After Ciel opened the door, he had already noticed an abnormality with Catleya's eyes. In the past, Ciel's spirit body was that of an ordinary human, but now he was a conjoined person. What the fuck? Under the illumination of the moonlight, this conjured person was being nourished and was rapidly growing stronger. This isn't a problem I can resolve. I have to write to Her Majesty. Also, I mustn't forget Gehrman's request for a meeting. What happened to Ciel? Is he just gone? I don't understand. Someone explain. I'm dumb. High in the sky, a crimson moon remained bright and silent. Hailston Borough, East Balam Military Veterans Mess. Dwayne Dantes and Macht got off separate carriages and entered the lobby together. The blood chickens. Alright, alright. Look at that. We made good timing today. Technically, I'm like 10 minutes behind schedule. But, like, really, for how much we talked and how chill it was, 10 minutes is not that bad. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm... No faith. God, look at my last 2 clips. A strong urge to procreate and sloppy topping. Oh, God. Oh God. This one wasn't great either. Oh God. This one I stand by. This one's no problem. Whatever. So I don't know what this one. Oh my God. My clips are great. Okay. I should really start taking these clips and posting them as shorts. But yeah, that would not make great publicity, you know. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end it there. Alright, this was my final stream as an unemployed bum. Now, you guys from tomorrow can call me Unk and Bald, but you can't call me unemployed. So you lost one of the 3, okay? As always, thank you everyone for popping by. Have a great rest of your day or nights. I'll schedule the stream for tomorrow right now because I remember to. And then, yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow for another night stream. No day streams anymore during the week weeks, it'll be weekends. We'll do day streams again. And I don't know how much we're going to be reading throughout the day, weekdays. I'm going to try to do like 6 to 8 chapters a day each stream. So like I'm still maintaining like a decent pace throughout the week. And then on the weekends, we'll do like longer streams, back to like 15, 16 chapters a day. So over the week, we should still be hitting like 50, 60 chapters a week or so. So, you know, we'll still make progress. It'll just be slower. All right, y'all. I'm going to end it there. As always, love you guys so much for popping by. Have a great rest of your night. I'll catch y'all later. Bye, guys.